not need to know exactly where to use footprint charts or the system behind it, right? If you have a system that works and it's a valid system, then feel free to kind of just, use the footprint charts along with whatever system you're using. But if you don't, or if you don't understand footprint charts, we're going to go through it. So the delta trumps everything. So if you're using any of these concepts over here, right? So I'm just going to go back. So a sweep of liquidity, if you're using liquidity, I want you to stop. If you're using any kind of structure, I want you to stop. If you're using fair value gaps alone without any confirmation from footprint charts, I want you to stop. If you're trading support and resistance, I'm gonna go over support and resistance later on in this video. If you're trading support and resistance, I want you to stop. And if you're trading trend lines, I want you to stop, right? Because none of that means anything without this chart, but more importantly, without this chart here. So the delta trumps everything. So we've understood the left number is the bid, the sellers, the aggressive sellers. The right number is the ask, the aggressive buyers. Now, what you will see with a footprint chart, a footprint chart will give you different gradients of colors. So within the candle, you will see different shades. So the way that I've set up my A-test platform or my footprint charts is that you will see blue and red. So hopefully it should be pretty self-explanatory what each kind of gradient color represents. So let's start with the left-hand side. Blue delta. This is more aggressive buyers. So if we just go back to what that means, let's go back to our chart over here. So when you see blue delta, you can see that over here, right? So this number here, I appreciate it's small, but this number here, 559 for 405. So the ask, the left number, the aggressive buyers is bigger than the aggressive sellers. And that's why this row is shaded in blue, because blue represents more aggressive buyers and sellers. That is what the footprint chart is representing. So the footprint charts actually tell you what's going on in real time, in the now, between buy and sell orders. There is no other tool that you need to be using that gives you the information you need that the delta will give you. Right? I'll repeat that again. There is no tool that you should be using to take executions other than footprint charts, and more specifically the delta. Now, two things with delta. You do not use delta as your strategy. Right, so there's two fatal mistakes that traders make with order flow. They use footprint charts to base off their entire strategy, and they use delta to buy and sell everywhere. That is incorrect. The second thing is using footprint charts without a system. So if you don't have a system, footprint charts are not going to help you. So if you don't have a mechanical way to find levels, to look at premium and discount, to understand where you are in the week, the delta will not help you. The delta is simply there for traders who understand how to build systems behind their processes to trade the markets, right? Once you've got the delta, you understand that there's two types of delta. Red delta, again, is the opposite. So there are more aggressive sellers, and that's what's going on. So if we go back to our chart over here, let me give you another example. So if we just take a look up here at the top, it says 515 for 379, right? 515 is the bid. 379 is the ask. And so what that means, or how we need to interpret that, is that there are more aggressive sell orders. Okay, so we have blue delta, which is more aggressive buy orders, and we have red delta, which is more aggressive sell orders. And this is the thing I want to finish off on, and this is the hard sort of lesson. So in trading, everything comes down to support and resistance, or the words I like to use is supply and demand.